Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Mustafa Demirkol. I work I'm still as a research assistant at Tekirdağ Namık Kemal University in the Department of Political Science and Public Administration. So I'm trying to share yeah, okay. Today I'm going to present my study, and the title is the Bucharest Metropolitan Governance Model, a case study in contemporary metropolitan governance. It is also an output of my postdoctoral research between European metropolitan governance models. Uh, as an introduction, I can say that this research explores the Bucharest metropolitan governance model, focusing on its structure and historical development. It examines challenges such as divided responsibilities, lack of coordination, and stakeholder involvement in urban planning. The key findings also emphasize the need for a metropolitan authority and collaborative governance to improve service delivery. This study is a kind of qualitative methodology was used in the study. I made face-to-face interviews with the local authorities and the academicians who works on metropolitan governance in Bucharest. According to the study, we are focusing on the governance structure and functions. And when we look at the Bucharest, it is also a unique sample for us. Because in Bucharest, there is a Bucharest municipality, which is led by the mayor and deputy mayors and the general secretary. And it is the central municipality in Bucharest. And also İİBF County Council there is, which first integrates the rural, it integrates the rural and urban services. It's a kind of regional unity, regional administrative structure, the İİBF, and also there is the Bucharest Metropolitan Area Inter-Community Development Association, which coordinates the regional projects and secures EU funding. When we look at the administration of the Bucharest, you can clearly see that the EU fundings, with the help of the projects, has an importance in the administration of the region and the development of the region. And also there are sectors which first to be the districts. There are six different local administration managing the sector-specified services, and these are also has their own authorities. And the metropolitan area of the Bucharest, there are committees and directorates which do the stuff and give the services in the metropolitan area. For instance, as a committees, we can say that there is transport, environment, economic development, education, social services, etc. And also directorates that are health, traffic, parks, waste management, urban planning, and public order, etc. And these bodies ensure comprehensive governance across the sectors. As the strength and weakness part, we can say that in Bucharest metropolitan area, there is a perfect strong local autonomy. As you can imagine how it is, it is the most fundamental output of the communist regime in Bucharest. As you know, the Romania, once upon a time, there was a long period of a communist regime in Bucharest, in Romania. With the help of the communist regime, in the mentality, there is a perfect and strong local autonomy in the local level. On the local level, we can clearly see that The districts has their own autonomy. So it also affects the coordination between the local level and top level municipal authorities. So the first thing that we can say that as a strength in the Bucharest, there is a strong local autonomy with the help of the communist era in Bucharest. The second one is the effective development agencies. As I mentioned before, the Bucharest, in the Bucharest, the regional development agencies has very important roles playing in the development period of the Bucharest with the help of the EU fundings. So as the last thing, we can say that the voluntary associations, actually, when we look at the current situation in Bucharest, we can say that there is not an obligatory coordination pressure on the local level, but they are doing it with their own willpower as voluntarily. So voluntary associations also take importance in the governance of the Bucharest. Um, when we're focusing on the weakness of the Bucharest, we can say that there is a very fragmented, also fragmented structure and financial dependency. So actually, it is normal to be in fragmented structure because after the communist regime, its legacy still exists. So the fragmentation is maybe normal for this area, but financial dependency is still exists because the just because of the economic structure. So the dependencies still exist between the local level and the top level municipalities. So you cannot avoid yourself from your financial dependency in a fragmented structure of governance in the metropolitan area. The second thing is the bureaucratic inefficiencies and limited tax revenues. As we can clearly see that there are huge differences between the regions. So some regions are richer than the others. So in addition to this situation, I mean the inequality between the districts or sectors in terms of tax revenues, we add also the situation, the bureaucratic inefficiencies. It also provides some uh, problematics also. As a last thing, we can say that as a weakness, the political conflicts and resistance to centralization. Um, when you come to the east, we can clearly say that the political conflicts affects the bureaucratic structure. So the Bucharest is one of the eastern part of the EU. So uh, that's why maybe the political issues also affects the bureaucratic structure. And also there is an important point for Bucharest because maybe just because of their methodology in the election, their election system provides different leader as mayor in the municipality, in the district municipality, but the different population, different majority in the council. So if the council comes from the party X and if the mayor comes from party Y, so it is not a balanced. Maybe it should be, but sometimes it's a kind of lock to use for each other. So maybe there is also a political system caused situation in Bucharest also. When we look at the classification of Mersha, he classified the metropolitan governance of Bucharest as uncoordinated two-tier metropolitan governance When we look at the current situation of the Bucharest metropolitan governance, it looks like fit for this definition, at least according to the result of the interviews which we held in the case study. And the second thing is that local autonomy and the centralized sectors suggest partial alignment. And also in practice, the governance structure resembles a centralized system with the autonomous districts. Uh, as a last thing, I can say that as a conclusion, the strengthen metropolitan authorities to ensure coordinated governance and empower development agencies with the resources and the authority, and also this study addressing the bureaucratic inefficiencies and promote collaboration. As a last thing, we can say that develop citizen-focused urban planning initiatives. These four might be some recommendation also for Bucharest. In the current period of time, Bucharest, when we look at the Bucharest, we can say that we are witnessing a development projects also, and city is growing right now. So it is one of the best time to think about the how we will govern the city when it was developing, when it is developing. So that's why this study was designed as a contemporary metropolitan governance uh, in the field of this area as a case study of Bucharest. So thanks for listening to me, and please do not hesitate to send your questions to this email address. Thank you so much.